Test 1, 2, test 1, 2, test 3, 4. Welcome back to another edition of The Way of the Daniel. It is April 20th, 2026, 2:52 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, and your astrological forecast weather today. For today is the Sun in 0 degrees Taurus, Moon at 17 degrees Gemini, Mercury 8 degrees Aries, Venus 25 degrees Taurus. Coming up on Uranus, so that should be fascinating, maybe. Mars 8 degrees Aries, Jupiter 17 degrees Cancer, Saturn 7 degrees Aries. One thing of note, again, still waxing first quarter moon. But one interesting thing here is this Mars-Saturn conjunction. It is the beginnings of a new cycle. So let us actually take a moment from this speech and look up what that might entail. Let's see what some astrologers say. Let's see what they say. A period of intense energy and challenges where discipline and assertiveness must be balanced. This was just the Google search assist. This alignment encourages careful planning and focused effort to overcome obstacles and achieve goals. One funny thing about that is a friend recently vented on Facebook about why does everything they do seem to experience complications. And that's kind of funny because we got Mars in Aries, which may want to do things fast, but conjuncting Saturn, I'm not sure fast is going to be what happens here. Discipline and assertiveness must be balanced. Let's see here. Intense drive, strong desire to take action and pursue goals, maybe. Discipline required. The energy of Mars must be balanced with Saturn's need for structure and order. Okay. Challenges faced. Frustration. Individuals may experience feelings of impatience or anger due to the tension between Mars' impulsiveness and Saturn's restrictions. I have read a recent helpful note card of mine that definitely encourages these things. Quote, ... stifled the impulse. And another quote, use whatever influence you can muster to stem the king's impulsive nature, Lord Boric. So those are both quotes from a book I read a while back. And definitely feeling that whatever it is that we are consciously choosing to slowly create, have witnessed some occurrences or warnings of beware of impulsive behavior impulsive behavior. It like intuitive, great. Um, i.e., waiting until it feels right to take action. Impulsive, jumping at the urge to do something stupid. I don't know. Obstacles. This is going back to the online reading. Projects may face delays or unexpected challenges requiring careful planning and persistence. Recommended actions. What to do. Set clear goals. Manageable steps to maintain focus. Break down larger objectives into manageable steps to maintain focus. That's kind of fascinating itself, so we are going to copy and paste that into a text document here. Break down larger objectives into manageable steps. Now we're going to push enter each time. So we're breaking this sentence down into manageable steps. So we've got break down larger objectives into manageable steps. And here is the kicker, the crux, to maintain focus. Now that is super fascinating. That is super fascinating if it is true. And we are not saying that it is not true. We are not advocating that it is true. But when something comes up that gives you a way of better maintaining focus, a tool, rather than just this phrase of focus or you need to be focused, shit like that, stupid shit like that. Because I'll tell you, the more I study focus, the more it's not focus. That's a attention grabber there. But I'll give you an example. Repeated sessions, like daily sessions of meditation, will help enhance your overall focus. Daily sessions of TikTok, Instagram scrolling, or whatever the fuck you scroll, or flip channels, or whatever the fuck you do, that's gonna shatter your focus overall, and then you'll wonder when you sit down to try to focus on something why it's so fucking hard. Well, guess what? Because you've already depleted or been doing a bunch of stupid shit, and now the horses are out of the corral and you got to go round them up again. Huh. Anyway, I am not here to correct people's dumb fucking ways. I'm happy that if I say stuff, for people that are already attempting to correct their ways, and if they find helpful things that we say, that's fantastic. But I'm never out to alter anyone's lifestyle. I wholly encourage people to pursue whatever the fuck they want to pursue. To almost an extreme degree. Obviously, I don't advocate for the inflicting pain and suffering on others or abusing others. And I don't even know if I want to get into that, because that's a bigger discussion, and frequently internet audiences are not mature enough to handle conversations that are questionably moralistic from a standard societal moral standard. Because, well, the basics, and then I'm going to move on from this. The basics is, on the one hand, you got pain and suffering, obviously. On the other hand, you got free will. So, and I'm a big fan of free will, huge. Um, you know, like to the point where I almost encourage people, whatever you want to do in your life, go do it. Maybe I should even say that. I don't know. I haven't questioned that one too much. Uh, the caveat I usually throw to that is like, well, you go inflict fucking bullshit on others, there might be some consequences. So that you'll deal with those. So there's that. Um, the consequence game. Anyway, we're gonna not stick around that topic. That's like, it's fascinating in its own way, but it's not what we're here for. We're here right now talking about Mars conjunct Saturn and this breaking down larger objectives into manageable steps to maintain focus. God, that's fucking fascinating. That's more fascinating than discussing ethics, bigger ethics of what an individual should do. Like, because I don't fucking believe in telling individuals what they should or shouldn't do. That may change in the future, especially as I'm fond of, uh, let me find the right word to choose carefully. I'm fond of charming. Influence is a fascinating concept. There's a whole fucking career around the job title of influencer. People want to call themselves influencers. Like, are they really? Are they just fucking? I don't know. There's something. They're like, I don't know. Most of them, who knows? Embrace hard work. Again, this is going back to this Saturn conjunct Mars. We'll say Mars conjunct Saturn because Mars is the faster boy. The faster boy here. Faster boy. And this, huge. I'm glad we're having this conversation right now about Mars conjunct Saturn because we are, again, currently still very much obsessed and want to be more obsessed with the topic of right effort. And this Mars conjunct Saturn just seems to scream right effort. So embrace hard work. This is an excellent time to tackle difficult projects that require discipline and concentration. I don't know if I wouldn't spend too much time thinking about that one. We'll go back to this fucking to maintain focus, the manageable steps. Because if you break down larger objectives into manageable steps, the question is, does that help to maintain focus? If that is one of those fucking keys that can help you hone your focus, to help you maintain your focus, simply instead of trying to, I'm gonna focus harder, instead of doing that, you're like, oh, let's break it down, and that just automatically gets you to focus. I don't know, maybe. Stick to routines. This one seems nice. Establishing a structured daily routine can help ground your efforts. We're going to copy paste that one as well. Way of the Daniel. That's what we do. When things sound fascinating, we copy paste them and explore them. And we'll talk about that. we'll talk about that. So establishing a structured structure. This is one of the most important parts that I think we need to discuss, and hopefully we get to in the time allotted, about this Mars conjunct Saturn. It is the start of a whole new cycle, and let's see how long this cycle goes for. Whole new cycle. How long does the Mars-Saturn cycle last for? Probably like, okay, this is about 2 years, which makes sense because I think Saturn spends about, 2.5 years in a sign, and Mars takes like 2 years to go around. So, yeah, about 2 years. So this is starting a 2-year cycle. So potentially, and we're not too much into it yet, but shit you are laying the foundation of right now with your desires and your Mars energies and such could be shaping a whole 2-year cycle, could be help shaping a 2-year cycle. We're just saying that's what the astrology frequently talks about with these cycles. Just like lunar cycle, the lunar month, the moon conjuncts the sun, goes around the zodiac, comes back to the sun, one lunar cycle. Obviously, the sun's been moving, but when the moon comes back to the sun, that completes the cycle. So this is the Mars-Saturn cycle. You know, the lunar sun cycle is pretty important, super important. We're not going to underestimate how fucking important that is, hugely important. But Mars-Saturn cycle, it's probably pretty important too. Because Mars is a big player, Saturn's a big player. Player. Today we got fascinated again with facial expressions. Quick pro tip for y'all: if you ever find anything too much effort in your life, one thing that is quite easy for effort to do is adjusting. You know, how much effort does it take to do that, or that, or that, or that, or that, or that? Moving your face around, super little effort. With, I read one time, psychologically huge payoff. When I learned, this was a psychological study, look it up. I heard it one time on the radio, that facial expressions carry a heavier emotional impact, a more powerful emotional punch impact than fucking memories, than like memory traumas, or I don't know, we'll just say emotional memory triggers or whatever the fuck. That, you know, I might have to go back and look it up, but you can look it up. I don't know. I'm finally I'm fully accepting of my agreements with it. So I don't have to look it up, but if you think it's not true, look it up. It's probably true. It's fascinating, super fascinating. I mean, if it's true, right? Imagine how powerful that is. That simply by becoming more aware and in control of your facial expressions, that you can adjust your mood. I mean, it's kind of layman's knowledge by now, but a lot of people talk about smiling more can pick your mood up a little bit. I like to smile like a crazy bastard when I go out because I like people thinking I'm crazy sometimes. All right. So, yeah, so this structured establishing a structure, daily routine. So daily routine can help ground your efforts. That's fascinating too. Like, I'm always curious about the concept of grounding. Um, super fascinated about the concept of grounding because my energy can be very electrical and can be fucking difficult to handle many times. And sometimes I wonder if it's because I'm not grounded. So, and again, right? Instead of like, oh, what is this thing called grounding? And you read some books and they're like, imagine that you're a tree. And I'm like, I don't know if this is working. I mean, it's been written about by a lot of authority figures, so maybe it helps. Imagination going into the body. You know, um, the one that probably does help a lot is walking barefoot in the grass. I don't know if concrete is as good, but grass should be good. Should be good. I kind of want to hopefully think that yoga's good. That might work. I don't know. Grounding's still a mystery to me, and it seems super important, especially as I recently worked as a utility locator. And we were talking about circuits and open and closed circuits for electricity to flow through. Okay, hopefully you know where I'm going. Try to keep up. We're talking about energy cycling through the body, comparing that to an electrical circuit out in the world, electricity. Um, which is why it's advocated to drink lots of water, because water carries the electrons, electricity throughout your body. But one thing they would say in utility locating school was a circuit is only as good as its ground. A circuit is only as good as its ground. So if you're trying to achieve great things with your energies, then you need to have a good ground. And maybe from this document that says daily routine, a structured daily routine can help ground your efforts. That's why we get fascinated by routines, because maybe they can help you be grounded. Maybe. Maybe. We know Saturn loves routines. Saturn loves routines. And it's cool that this Mars conjunct Saturn came at the start of the new moon. So, yay for us. Yay for us. Yay for us. Yay for us. There we made a new word. It's a single word. It's not three words. It's one word. Yay for us. 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 We're going to write that down too. Spelled Y-A-Y-F. We were almost going to go U-R, but we don't want to encourage furries. So, yay for us. Yay for us. Could be Islamic. I don't know if that's a language. Islam. I know it's a religion. I don't know if it's a language. Fuck. Shit. Might as well be, right? Allah Akbar. No offense. Now you might take offense, but not trying to. What to avoid? Avoid major decisions. Fascinating. I had a friend get beat down by that recently. Don't rush. Huge. Impulsive actions may lead to mistakes or setbacks, so take your time with tasks. This is almost where we say, thank goodness that I've been so fucking exhausted lately. So that's, again, good reminder. Explore more. ambitions face significant challenges. I don't think that's like accurate. Um, Although my ambitions right now are like kind of like just fucking chilling and chilling and exploring and planning. So okay, so it says your ambitions face significant challenges, leading to delays and frustrations in achieving personal goals. However, this transit also encourages discipline and persistence, allowing for meaningful progress if you remain patient and focused. So, what's cool is if I'm going to read this how I want to, and hopefully it's true, which maybe it actually sounds like it could be. So instead of like rushing toward ambitions, if we take this literally, if it encourages discipline and persistence, and if that is something which we are already eagerly wanting to pursue, then that is super helpful. Super duper. Super duper. So, allowing for meaningful progress. Right. We want meaningful progress. And this is probably where it's eating a lot of people's ass. Like a lot of people's asses, and I don't even say getting eaten, because, I mean, eaten in the bad way. A lot of people are eating shit. We'll use that. Or probably a lot of people are eating shit, like hitting the curb. They're riding their bike, rushing around, hitting the fucking curb. I bet it's funny fucking shit too, especially if we're in like a high speed society, which I am not a fan of. And let them eat cake. Let them eat curb shit. Yeah, curb shit. Cause guess what? Guess what? You can be super productive, and if none of it is meaningful, it's meaningless, right? You only want to be productive in meaningful pursuits. Caveat to that, sometimes a little productivity can help boost your confidence and whatnot. But generally, it's still meaningful, like picking up your room or doing the dishes. Has the meaningfulness of decluttering, which is hugely important. If you remain patient and focused. If you remain patient and focused. I don't know why this is rather easier for me right now. Maybe it could be where my current lifestyle currently fell, because I found a good routine with door dashing, and one of my huge goals is just, and it's a good routine, the lunch rush and the dinner rush, 5 days a week. Boom, boom, boom. Like between 5 to 7 hours. Boom, boom, boom. And the goal is just chill and drive around. Don't stress. Boom, boom, boom. Man, that almost reminds me of a girl that I once knew. Usher. We're gonna have to mic drop again. God, we gotta close this out. We're at 30 minutes. I'm so sorry. I could keep going here. But obviously, we could talk tomorrow. We could talk some more about Mars Saturn. Like, the conjunction is pretty tight right now. Pretty fucking tight. Again, so that will be our send off today. Is may you remain patient and focused. to allow for meaningful progress. May you remain patient and focused to allow for meaningful progress. May you remain patient and focused to allow for meaningful progress. We are still just... Here we go. Driving in our tractor. We're still doing that. We're getting close to seeing seeds come up. I did not mention, we're going to quick throw this out there, that frequently around 3 days of conscious attention that you pour into something, around that third or fourth day, you start to witness things like you get into a rhythm of it, or it gets easier to do. I'll be super honest. When I started this speech, I wasn't super feeling gung-ho about what to talk about or getting into it, but I was quite determined that I wanted to just show up. I did want to just show up, and I did. Go back to the beginning. I'm just, what am I going to talk about? Well, and we did the astrological forecast, and I had my really good neutral tonality that I love. That's easy to do. Don't have to be super expressive with that. And bam, we rolled along a topic. Thank you. That came up naturally. But what I'm saying is, around the third or fourth day, you'll start to be automatic. You'll see yourself more habitually thinking about these things. You might gather other ideas related to them. So they'll show up more and more. They will show up more and more. Okay, send off. This transit encourages discipline and persistence. So we wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas, and remain patient and focused. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas, allowing for meaningful progress. If you remain patient, we wish you to remain patient and focused to allow for meaningful progress. That will be fucking sweet. That will be fucking sweet. That has been so elusive in our life. Meaningful progress has been so fucking elusive in our life. Like, frequently, the only progress I can say that I've seen in the last 12 fucking years is better learning, better ways on how to progress, learning better methods, skills, learning better ideas of pitfalls to avoid, learning better ways to progress. But I'll tell you what, it's all about the moon cycle. Like, we are a excited theoretical believer in the notion that you can change your fucking life in 30 days. Like, if you stay away from the pitfalls, if you make the smart decisions, if you go with patience and follow, etc., etc., etc. Like, 30 days, a rewrite your shit in 30 days. And if it doesn't happen in that 30 and you're already pretty good, you behaved really well, you'll be set up for the next 30. It's like, I think it does not take too long. They say 21 days change a habit. Well, that, we'll bump it to 30 for the moon cycle, and you can change small things in your life that impact and change your fucking life. So let's try to stay excited about meaningful progress. This is Danielson from The Way of the Daniel. Was she coming at you from the west side? Wishing you to live long and prosper, and may the force be with you. May the Schwartz be with you. God, we're excited for that. Next year, baby. Spaceballs, the sequel. Toodles.